All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another edition of the RnRGzrs show. Sure are glad to see you. Here we are, your weekly outlet for rock news that's going on around the world. So thanks for joining us on today's show. We got some update on Beatles. We got Robert Plant in there, some Stones, all sorts of stuff. A few unfortunate passing. Got a little Joey Belladonna, Dream Theater, all sorts of good stuff in there. So I can't do it alone without my co-host. Now it'd be Doc Vox. How you doing, Doc?
Yeah, doing all right. Happy Halloween, folks. Hope you're having a rocking Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for checking in. Please help spread the word, support us, subscribe, all that good stuff. As you may know, we have additional content on the podcast now. So makes for great driving around listening, kind of doing the chores, kind of listening. So the little extra stuff going on there. And yeah, lots to get into as always this week. So yeah, cool story to start off with. It's
yeah,
got lots to it actually.
yeah. The Beatles. Beatles long gone. Two members passed, but they have actually they're announcing the release of their final song called "Now and Then." And obviously they've used AI technology to put this sucker out, and they've expanded the Red and the Blue albums. All sorts of weird stuff going on
Right.
there. But what happened was uh, John wrote this demo now and then with just his piano and his vocals back in the late 70s when he was living at the Dakota. And after he died, Yoko gave it to McCartney, Harrison, and Starr. And well, obviously Harrison has passed, but and she did that along with the demos for "Free as a Bird" and "Real Love" that we were talking about.
Yeah, it was all
Uh,
part of that anthology thing, and yeah, those are the three songs, and this one they weren't able to save at the time, but now with the AI technology, they're able to put it out there. So
yeah, yeah, they were able to separate his vocals from previous takes or whatnot, and AI the vocals onto this "Now and Then" song, which it looks I'm seeing quite a few examples of that these days where people they can do weird things with AI. You don't know what's real or what's not anymore. But obviously they were quite, obviously out in the open that, that's what it is.
well,
And
yeah, it's not replacing John. That's what a lot of people are thinking. That's replacing John's vocals with AI, and that's not the case at all. It's just kind of extracting them out. They started doing this project back in '95 with the other songs, and
yeah, when they put
yeah,
them out, yeah.
yeah, George laid down guitar parts and everything for it, and then he gave up on it. That's rubbish. They'll never come out. And Jeff Lynne was producer at the time. And they were like, yeah,
Ah,
they just kind of gave up on it. But Paul never gave up on it. Paul always wanted to go back to it. And so when Peter Jackson was doing the Get Back documentary thing, and it's been very popular, they found out they have this what they call MAL technology, MAL technology, and it separates. It was just a demo. Yeah, him and the piano, and it just sounded like crap, and the piano was all in there and all that, and but with this technology, took it all out and everything. So yeah, very cool. And so it's got all four of them. Yeah, George has guitar parts back in the day when they were going to do it. So yeah, it's got all four of them on there. Pretty cool.
and it's going to be released Thursday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah,
And
as a single, not on CD, which I found kind of interesting.
huh,
Not on CD, but they're releasing as a 7-inch and a 12-inch vinyl single and on cassette. And the flip side is their first single, "Love Me Do." So
how about that?
goes
How
from
cool
their
is that?
first to their last. And then yeah, they're putting out the new the red and the blue, the greatest hits ones. They're packaging that coming out later in the month that will have this song on there. So
There you
um,
go.
yeah,
Yeah, 75 songs and all that stuff, and 21 newly added tracks to the whole shebang. So, they're going out with a bang. They said this is the last Beatles song.
you
So,
know, I bet there's other stuff in the vault, man. I bet there's other stuff in the vault. I mean, this is the one that last. Well, I guess it would be the last one for George. You can't, I mean, I don't think he had anything where both George and John are going to be on it, but
Right.
there's still stuff out there, in the vault. But yeah, they say this will be the last one. Probably will be, but you never know.
Boy, oh boy. Well, good for the boys, Boy, they gave us so much good music throughout the years that, just can't complain. Here's an interesting thing. You mentioned this last week that Robert Plant, where is he? There's the answer guy right there. He performed Stairway to Heaven for the first time in what, like
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
And it's
Last time was for the Celebration Day DVD. People might be familiar with that. That was 16 years ago. So
yeah, but apparently the only reason he did it is he was singing at a charity event, and somebody offered a 6-figure charity donation if he'd sing the song. So that's a pretty good impetus, a pretty good kick in the pants to get you to do it with that kind of if you're there for charity, you're gonna do what you need to do to make the money. So good for him. That was interesting though.
he's got to be thinking, damn it, come on, anything else, come on.
Yeah.
Any other song, come on.
Well, yeah,
no. This is what I'm paying. They just said 6 figures, yeah. So just those large sum, but
but yeah, and why not though? And he had a Gold Ray guitarist House, formerly a Brit Rockers Reef. He was playing in there, and just all sorts of weird stuff going on. But as long as these cats are doing stuff for charity, I got no issues with that. Jeez.
Yeah, that guitarist guy Kenwin House, and he was a bit freaked out. He just got the word, a couple of days prior, hey, we're going to be doing Stairway to Heaven, so practice it. And can you imagine you're up there playing Stairway, you're the guitarist playing Stairway to Heaven with Robert Plant, man. It's like, dude, talk about pressure. But they raised over £1 million over there.
Yeah, good for them. Yeah, and good for Plant, he's aging gracefully musically, See too many singers try and keep the glory days on, and he's just moved on from all the Led Zeppelin and playing with Alison Krauss, and he sure seems to be enjoying himself. So way to go, Robert Plant, making the big bucks. And you're right though, he's probably saying, I hope nobody ever asks me to sing this damn song again. I've sung it enough. Right. So we'll see what happens, but good for Sir Rob. He's not a sir.
No.
Well, shame on that. Now, are these cats sirs? Well, that would be the Rolling Stones. Are they sirs?
Sir Mick. Mick is a sir, yeah.
I'll be darned. Well,
not Keith though. Keith hasn't quite made it to knighthood yet, so I don't know if that's in the cards or not. But yeah.
But Keith was talking about a possible Rolling Stones hologram concert, and he says it's bound to happen. Oh no. You know who's doing that right now is Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Yeah, they did that last year too.
And he's out on tour again.
Doing it again, yeah.
And jeez, I guess he needs to work though. That's the problem. But the Stones are talking about that could happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Keith kind of was talking about an interview, and he says, yeah, he kind of sees no way around it, that's going to happen. And not that he's for it, but he kind of sees it's inevitable, I guess. But I don't know. Like I said, ELP's doing it. I think ABBA had some kind of thing going on, and there's been other. Didn't Dio have something going on where Wendy had Dio out there and I don't know something, but
Dio had a hologram thing going, which I think she shut that down, thankfully.
Yeah. So there's been it's been popping up here and there, but the Stones would be the big one, I guess. I mean, they're kind of timeless and they're gonna go on forever. So
yeah.
I couldn't go see a show like that. To me, that would just I don't know. It's like I don't know. I just
no, it's not real.
That's not for me. Yeah.
I don't want fake stuff. So no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks to the hologram shows. That's no, not for rock concerts. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it at many other places, but rock concerts just ain't the place to do it.
Especially for the Stones. Yeah, let me get to a few other little headlines here. Just want a quick mention to keep everybody up. We keep up with Taylor Swift and talk about her.
Jeez.
And she had a couple items. She is now officially a billionaire. She is now officially, after all the totals and dust settled and everything out of the tour, she is worth 1.1 billion.
Yeah.
And
Well, she's so damn smart. We keep talking about how savvy she is in the music world, and boy, the examples just keep coming up. She's what happened was back in the day when she was still basically, imagine a struggling singer. One of her managers supposedly sold off the rights or bought the rights or something to some of her earlier music. One of them being 1989, I guess it was the name of the album. And so what she's doing, this is so brilliant. She's re-recording all the music that was unrightfully taken from her. She's re-recording it, so that apparently that gives her rights right back to all the music. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, you see artists do that every once in a while. They'll for contract disputes or whatever, and they don't want the old label to have part of it. See it like on best of albums. Sometimes they'll redo one song or something, but yeah, she redid the whole album. And I guess Kendrick Lamar, the rap guy, had a part in there, and he was with her. He redid it with her and everything. So yeah, she's on top of it.
Wow. Yeah, billionaire, and of course, not only the tour that grossed 4.1 billion, but then of course the movie about the tour that's making a ton of money. So she's just extremely savvy, in terms of business. She really and apparently she's a fairly decent person. And that sort of goes with the fact of all the bonuses she gave her crew for the last tour. That sort of goes along with that, being a nice person. And it pays. I guess it pays to not be a jerk. So holy cow, Taylor Swift. So yeah, and I think the remaking or recording her music, I think that's brilliant. Because it was a
well, she didn't
underhanded
invent
way.
that. I mean, people have done that before, but yeah.
But yeah, and it was an underhanded way that she lost these songs. So good for her. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They ain't gonna do squat. So that's
she's too powerful. She rules the world.
It's unbelievable.
We do unfortunately have a rock and roll death this week. Steve Riley, you may not recognize the name. He's a drummer, L.A. Guns. There he is.
There he is. Yeah,
you might recognize the face. I see him on a lot of documentaries on the hair band, scene back in the day, and anything on the Sunset Strip documentaries, that kind of thing. He pops up on there speaking a lot to it. But
L.A. Guns.
Yeah, he passed this past week here. So rest in peace, Steve Riley.
Yeah,
and finally, another headline, real quick. You may have caught it yesterday, NFL fans. Our buddy Joey Bag of Donuts, Joey
there he
Joey
is.
Belladonna did the national anthem up in Denver at the Denver and the Chiefs game, and I checked it out, and he did a fine job. He belted it out real good. So it's not the first time he's done. He's done the national anthem a few times, but I think it's the first time he's done.
And then they lost, so. Then they lost. So there you go. But nonetheless, Joey Belladonna, he's constantly in the news. Yeah, he's keeping his ass in the news. He's
got his Journey cover band he's part of, and he's put out the open letter to Neil Schoen. He's ready to step in anytime if they need a vocalist. And
you're good, Ray.
Now he's doing the national anthem at the NFL game. So yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Of course, he mentions Taylor Swift, of course, because she was probably there crying tears because they lost. But that'll happen. Speaking of lost and not lost, Texas Rangers tied 1-1, Game 3 tonight in the World Series. Just so you know, apparently Creed is keeping them higher. So good for Texas Rangers. We'll see how they swing it, man. And of course, Joey. I just love doing the anthem. People get up on it. What? And I really respect the game and the anthem itself. So it's a pleasure to be able to be asked to be part of that. Well, Joey, you just can't stay out of the news. So hang in there. Keep going, because, if people want to, they can stay in the news all they want. So I'm sure we'll be hearing some new whatever about him coming up. I don't know what it'll be. That's the beauty of it. Everything changes every freaking week in the rock world. So see what Joey does next. Oh, this is weird. Spotify. Gosh, we hate Spotify.
Oh yeah.
We hate them very much. And
Although he may be listening to us on Spotify right now on the
we
podcast,
love them
but
for that, but they're
uh,
boy, we've talked about how streams don't get hardly any money.
no,
When an artist gets 1 million streams, it really means nothing. And now Spotify has decided that they're going to start paying smaller artists even less than they already get, which is basically nothing. These aren't Metallica, Taylor Swift, Foo Fighters bands. These are guys
right?
struggling just to get a few pennies off of there. And it says smaller bands and artists who stream their material on Spotify may start making even less than they did before, thanks to some reported new royalty payout structure changes coming to the platform. Gosh almighty. It says years of allegations of unfair artist compensation have already been leveled at the ubiquitous streaming service, with small bands, indie artists, and non-prominent songwriters seemingly taking the smallest of Spotify payouts already. And boy, that small payout is small. Let me see. What is it for? It's a
Yeah,
fraction
I
of a
got it
cent
here. Yeah, it's anywhere from 0.3% of a penny, three
of a
percent of a
penny of a
penny,
penny.
or 5% of a penny. So basically, you're talking 20 to 30 listens to get 1 penny.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, you're not going to make any money that way for sure. That's
So yeah,
that's
what they're doing,
sad.
well, what they're doing now, they're not lowering that amount. What they're doing is you have to reach a certain threshold before that even kicks in. So I don't know
Yeah,
what that would be. They didn't release that, but say I don't know 10,000 listens. So you got to get 10,000 listens before you can even start collecting on that. 3% of a penny for every one after that. It's I don't know how to get away with it. But they're also they're putting in financial penalties for record. I found this very interesting for record labels attempting to game the system. So I'm assuming they're talking about record labels or got robots just listening
fake
to them over and
listens,
over,
right?
yeah, whatever. So
Oh,
that tells me, why is the record label getting involved? So they must be getting a cut of it. So not only are you getting that
uh, wow.
fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny, the record label has got their hands in it too.
Oh,
So
jeez.
I'm assuming, right? Why else would they be attempting to I guess it just boosts the promotion of the artist or whatever. But
And then, of course, and then another one is the a minimum playtime length that non-music noise tracks, such as bird sounds or white noise, much reached to generate royalties. So they're I'd love to know how much they made,
yeah, it was
because
probably
they're cracking
before, like
down
if you
pretty
listen
hard.
for I don't know whatever it was 30 seconds, that counted as a listen. So now they're probably extending that to a minute or who knows what. But
But while Spotify and the labels say these changes will stop fraud, what it looks like it will mean for small artists attempting to get their music heard on Spotify is that they will be paid even less than they were bringing in before. And that's just sad. Jeez. That's where the digital world has really screwed everything up. Lars knew it back in the day. Lars
all
knew it.
right. It's
Doggone it.
already a running joke on how little they pay, and now they're they just have their gall has no bounds, man. They
Yeah,
just don't care, man. They're just so I don't know.
you're right. Yeah.
What are you gonna
So we'll
do?
see how that goes. How can you fight back? Jeez, I don't know. I don't know if you can. There's an interesting story. I dug this. Very cool. One of my favorite progressive bands, Dream Theater. Their original drummer, Mike Portnoy, he bugged out like 2011, I believe. And they brought
Wow, yeah,
in
I guess it has been that long.
in
Yeah, it's been a
LA. They
little
brought
long.
in
Yeah.
Mike Mangini, who done a great job. I've seen a lot of their live videos on YouTube, and he's an outstanding drummer. But here comes and sure, and people have been complaining throughout the years. They're just not the same without Portnoy. Yap, yap, yap. Sure enough, here we go. Article comes up and it says it's official. Dream Theater have officially reunited with their longtime and legendary drummer Mike Portnoy. Yeah, say that 20 times fast. But yeah, so he's back in the fold. And I got to thinking, it's like, geez, That's very it's cool, but what about Mangini? They just tell him, hey, thanks for 11 years, adios, or 12 years or whatever.
Yeah, we got the old guy back now. We don't need you no more. Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Like
I
he's a
know
temp. He's a temp filling. Yeah,
he's
an
temp
11-year
filling in.
temp. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I see this next article. It says former Dream Theater Mike Mangini announces release date, track listing for his debut solo album. Boom! So there you go. So he's probably been working on this a while, and obviously if you're going to promote it, you can't promote it during a Dream Theater set. So what's he supposed to do? I bet he probably had plans on moving on anyway and trying his solo stuff. So
Who knows? That may have sparked Portnoy coming back. It might have been, yes, Mangini's got other stuff going on, man. Why don't you come on? Who knows? Yeah, who knows how that stuff unfolds? But
yeah, it could
yeah.
be. It could be. And pardon me, I'm wrestling with a cold here. So Mangini's out. He's doing his thing. We got the drummer back in the fold, and then this article comes out because he was in Sons of Apollo with Jeff Scott Soto, and so this article comes out, and the headline reads: Jeff Scott Soto says Mike Portnoy didn't tell him he was rejoining Dream Theater. Jokes that he is pissed off at him. So okay, and if he didn't tell him, I'd be pissed off too, quite honestly. At least if you're friends, you at least tell the guy, well, I'm going to be bugging out here instead of probably hearing it on the interweb or whatever. So it says he's all pissed off, and then the next article I come up with says that he was just kidding. Oh no, he didn't mean it. No, no. So I mean, there you go with the what I call the soap opera of rock and roll, man.
Breakups, yeah, right.
Everything is a soap opera. So yeah, he said, "Oh no, I was just joking." Blah blah blah. I don't think he was. Let me see, where is it here? Jeff Soto. He clarified. Yeah, he clarified on Blabbermouth. So thanks, Jeff. But I'm sure he's pissed. So yeah, it is what it is,
yeah,
man.
it seemed like it's probably going to be the end of Sons of Apollo. But yeah, Portnoy, man, he's one of those guys. Whenever people talk about maybe Rush going back out, his name pops up as a possible replacement. He's just one of those hardcore, and he loves. He's a student of the music, man. He's just one of those guys, man. Yet whenever you hear him.
Dream Theater's insane.
I've always thought that they would get back. You see interviews or just in general, not about reuniting or anything with him and with John Petrucci, and they both just seem like such laid back guys. Like how long? Yeah. I don't know why they broke up, but just how long could they keep that up?
Well, he might just want to test the waters, and the grass is greener on the other side type of thing.
Yeah, he's been a busy guy. He had the Sons of Apollo. He had the Winery Dogs. He had the Adrenaline Mob, another one. And Sons of Apollo is the one with Jeff Scott Soto he's talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's also got Bumblefoot. You may know Bumblefoot.
Oh, sure.
He was in a version of Guns N' Roses at one point, and bass god Billy Sheehan. And so they got other stuff going on, so they'll probably pop out and who knows? But
that'll be good.
Yeah, very interesting. Another just interesting note, real quick before we go. We're talking about Mangini doing a solo album. His guitarist on that project is ex-Evanescence guitarist Jen Majura.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember we'd wonder what happened with her, and so she's doing
her thing.
Joined up with him on this project.
I'll be darned. Way to go, Jen. Okay, well, we'll see how that works out, eh? Here's something that didn't work out good. I love this headline, first of all. Where is she? Oh, a picture of her back when she looked, she's really sickly nowadays. She's in really poor shape. Celine Dion. I saw this headline. I had to delve into it a little bit. The headline reads, Celine Dion songs used to torture sleepless residents in New Zealand City. I thought that's nice. People use torture all the time. The army uses it, to denigrate, bring out denigrates, ingrates and whatnot. But apparently, It's being blasted by drivers in a New Zealand city to torture residents through the night as rival gangs compete in siren battles. So, they don't have guns there. So this is what they use. Let me see. Actually got a picture of it. Where is it? There it is. There's the bike with all the horns on it. Look at that. They ride around.
For podcast folks, it's you have like the big like PA horns, like you're familiar with, like and there's a row of three of those,
three of them on the
three very large ones, and then on top there's
a row of five or six or whatever,
something like that.
Of the PA horns on their bikes, and they just ride around, blasting 30-second clips of Celine Dion in a loop. And I'd be going crazy. That's torture. I'm sorry. I don't care how good her songs are, but and the quality of the sound would be horrible. You got no low end. It's all high end PA.
That's what
horns.
They said they prefer. Yeah, it's not just Celine Dion, but it's other stuff too. But yeah, the mayor said that they seem to like anything with a high pitch and a great tone. So they stumbled upon Celine, and apparently that seems to torture people the most with those sirens.
Oh, that's just great.
This is a weird cultures, just weird cultures that pop up. I mean, this is what, New Zealand, right? Yeah. So just these weird little subcultures that pop up. But it reminded me, people remember, like you said, governments have done that and stuff. They did that back in the day with Noriega.
Oh, yeah.
Remember General Noriega in Panama, and they just kept blasting Van Halen Panama.
Yeah, that's great.
And
yeah.
and if I remember, it was that and parts of the Howard Stern show. I can't remember. I don't know. It was just whatever. Maybe their culture would find offensive that he said at the time. I don't know, but yeah. So they just use it to torture, man. Celine Dion. There you go.
It says, the mayor says it's a headache. Siren battles have erupted in parts of New Zealand for at least 7 years. The idea is for rival gangs to play music from sirens the loudest and the clearest. Jeez, this is nuts. These nut jobs, boy. Stay away from our country. We wouldn't put up with that shit. Jeez. Outside my door? No, I'd be throwing something at them. Gosh almighty. But,
they're out there. I don't know.
Well, it's better than shooting at each other, We got the numbnuts over here doing that. At least, it's good, clean fun. You may not like Celine, but, we can deal with it. They can deal with it. Deal with it, New Zealand. You're a weird country anyway, so what can I say? Oh, here's a good note. Finishing up on a good note.
Yeah.
Francis Bean Cobain marries Riley Hawk. And this is great. Francis Bean Cobain and Riley Hawk wed earlier this month in L.A. And of course, Cobain is a daughter of Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. And Hawk looks just like his old man. The legendary skateboarder Tony Hawk looks just like him. It's amazing. But yeah, so they got married, and a legendary singer that I just can't stand
officiated the wedding.
Officiated. Who was that there, Doc?
Yeah, good old Michael Stipe. Yeah, your buddy from REM, who is also Francis Bean's godfather.
There you go.
I found out. So yeah, I knew that he and Kurt were big mutual fans of each other. They,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And but yeah, I didn't know that he was her godfather. So
I'll be darned.
So now this guy's gonna have Courtney Love as his mother-in-law, man. Dude, can you imagine? But yeah, he grew up.
Well, maybe she's straightened her act. I don't know. I don't know how Courtney's doing these days.
Yeah.
She's looking not too bad. She doesn't look like a crack whore or anything. So, that's better anyway. But yeah, they got to Cobain. They confirmed their relationship in early 2020, and it's Cobain. It's her second marriage already. Jeez.
Yeah, it's his first, her second. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. So good for them. Yeah.
Marriages for suckers, man.
Well, I know.
Like I always say, Murph, love is grand, but divorce is several grand.
Oh man. So there you go, man. Good for them. And
we wish them well. Wish the newlyweds.
Obviously, yeah. Hopefully they got their act together. Unlike her mom and dad, So I bet you she does. I'll bet you they'll be fine. So that's it, man. That was some good articles there today, and coming up on the podcast. Holy schmokums, man! We got oh, a Dusty Hill, good old Dusty Hill of ZZ Top. There, this estate is getting rid of some stuff we'll talk about. Some folks have sold their music catalogs. The band's going to reunite and all sorts of other goofy stuff. But
We got a really interesting our story here. I don't want to get too much away, but an old folky has come up to be a phony, a big phony, and
yeah,
it's a great story. So it's
well, yeah,
that's worth checking out just by itself. So
we'll
yeah,
see you over on the podcast side there. Why don't you take us home, Doc?
yeah, that we got a couple other ones, some good stories. We couldn't fit them all on this, so we'll go over to the podcast with them. So hope you'll check us out. If not, that's cool too. Thanks for your support. Tell a friend, tell a couple friends, and we'll do it next Monday. Until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.